This is Ivan Hardcastle at Castle Therapy. I am an occupational therapist that specializes in pediatrics. I was on a trip this last week with my wife, and I just wanted to share some words of encouragement. It occurred to me while I was sitting down with dinner with my wife on this trip, just how much we really don't understand the potential that our children have, even when they have disabilities or other things going on that we think are going to impede their ability to succeed in life. I was sitting there at dinner and talking to some other people at the table. We're at this community table, and I looked down and there was a spider that had landed on my arm. And so I jumped, I jerked, and sorry about that with the camera. And the spider jumped off and it landed on the glass. And I started looking at the spider, and it had 4 legs on one side and it had 2 legs on the other side. And I thought, okay, this spider's been injured, but it was crawling along, and it started going up the glass, and it started to try to get up the glass and go in towards the water. And I'm just watching this. I'm not scared of spiders. I think that they're really interesting. They're a fantastic insect, arachnid. And as I was watching this, I began to think about all the children that I've worked with over the 16 years as an occupational therapist, and all the children that I haven't worked with but are out there. And looking at the spider, I began to think that, wow, you know what, as a society, we might look at this spider and think, oh man, this spider, he's missing 2 legs. This means that he's disabled. It means that he's going to have struggles. This means that he can't do everything that another spider can do. I think that's a very common thought to have. But this spider was not acting like it had any sort of disability. It was acting like, hey, you know what, this is who I am, and I'm going to move forward. And it was crawling along just fine, and it was moving, and I don't know, I'm not a spider expert, but it looked healthy to me. And what I found fascinating as I studied the spider is that this spider seemed to be able to do everything that a normal spider should be able to do. And then I thought about all these children that I work with and don't work with that are just out there, and all the different challenges that our children face. And I saw the link between this spider and them, that we often as people, in general, we tend to see differences and struggles as things that are going to hold our children back. But just like this spider, there's something special about the spider having the ability to move forward and continue to be successful, even though it's missing 2 of its 8 legs. Our children are the same way. They are going to have struggles, even ones that we don't think about as having struggles. Every child, every person has struggles, whether they have a diagnosis or not, and they can move forward and they can do amazing and fantastic things. As an occupational therapist, I get to see this all the time. Parents come in, oh, the doctor says that my child will never move this way, never do that, never socialize, never be able to have friends, never da 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 da. And we get going to therapy, and you know what? These children are amazing, and they do amazing things, and they affect the world around them, and they affect families in ways that would not be possible without them. So a shout out to the children who continue to be successful spiders with 6 legs, whatever those missing legs are that we think are missing. A shout out to the parents who love and support these children and help them to be successful, and a shout out to all the staff who support this growth. It's a fantastic and amazing thing.